Hey everybody, Average Picker here. So what I thought I would do today is just a brief little tutorial for some of you out there, because you asked about gutting accidents and finding pins and recovering from gutting accidents. How do you do it? So that's what I thought we would just take a look at today. This is something that happens to all of us from time to time, not very often to myself, but I know some of you lose quite a few pins. So I thought we'd just take a look at how that's done. So let's get started. Son of a bitch! So recovering from a pinning accident is actually very easy. All we have to do is remember this simple acronym. And that acronym is Rick Hizbalam Y Fad. That stands for remain calm, recall what you were doing, heard, saw, begin looking around methodically, starting with the table, then checking yourself head to toe, then search the floor and clear any debris. So just like the acronym tells us, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remain very calm, very still. We want to compose ourselves. We don't want to start swearing and knocking things around and getting upset. We want to basically summon up our inner Buddhism. We want to calm ourselves as if we're rehearsing for the Chinese replacement for the Dalai Lama. Now that we're centered and calmed, and we've not moved any of the torso or legs from the position they were in when we had the accident, we're going to try to remember what it was we were doing, because this is going to help us kind of determine where the pins may have gone. What was I doing? I was setting a drink down at the time of this particular accident, right? This means the pins may have gone anywhere. Maybe you were shaping pins, in which case they probably flew out this direction. I want to recall what I saw. Did I see any pins go anywhere? Did I see them fall off to the side? Did I see them fall forward? Did I see them fly in the air? That's what I want to think about. What did I hear? Did I hear a lot of pins clattering around? Did I hear just one clunk or of a pin dropping? If I didn't hear anything, that means they probably landed on something soft. If I dropped one pin, but I heard two sounds, that means it hit something and then bounced and hit something again. Did I hear it coming from below me? Did I hear it coming from in front of me, to my sides? We're going to summon up those thoughts, and then we're going to begin looking. So now, keeping nice and calm, we're going to look around the table first. I'm going to take our tweezers to help us recover, and we can see right away, look, we have found some pins. I'm going to just pick them up and set them back on my pinning tray. Oh, look, here's one. We found two now. Can you see any more? Okay, now just to demonstrate that you can use this technique anywhere, we've changed locations back to the back room. So now I'm still remaining very calm. I'm still keeping my torso and my legs very still. I don't want to change the position they were in. I'm going to begin checking myself from head to toe, and I'm going to start with my hair, because pins can go anywhere, and it's possible, that some were in my hair. Now the next thing we want to do is very slowly and very carefully begin to check ourselves. Again, trying not to move our upper and lower torso very much, because it's possible the pins fell into our lap somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to check across our chests and everything, make sure there's no pins there, and we want to look down into our gentleman and lady regions to make sure that there's no pins there either. So I carefully look. You can see there's nothing here, just some cat food, can of espresso, some sparklers, a knife. We're going to come here, we're going to very carefully, we're going to check the side folds on the pocket to make sure nothing is turned up there. I'm going to go ahead and move the espresso can, make sure a pin hasn't fallen down anywhere through here. I'm going to move that. We're going to check and make sure there's no pins anywhere in any of these creases. Now very carefully, you can see I have my pant leg rolled up, so we're going to want to turn this back very carefully to see if we might have lost any pins in our pant leg. but we look good. Okay, so now that I've checked myself head to toe, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to remain very careful and very calm, and I'm going to begin to stand up. And as I do, I'm going to smooth my clothes out. And what we're doing is we're just trying to make sure that on our visual inspection, we didn't miss anything. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be listening very carefully to see if I hear any pins start to fall. And it seems like we're okay. Now, what I can do is I can carefully move the chair back and we can begin checking the floor where they most likely are. Now from down on the floor, what I want to do is I want to get as low to the ground as possible because I want to try to be able to catch like a glint of the pin or see a little bit of its elevation on coming off the floor, because the floor should be fairly flat. So we're going to start as far back as possible and we're going to kind of work our way forward. And I'm just looking around to see if I see anything that could be pin-like. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully, in case it's behind or in one of these, we're just going to move the knives a little bit. And we're just moving them to kind of a clean area, right? An area that we know, we've looked at, we know there's no pins here, so it's a safe place to set everything. I'm going to very gingerly pick those up. And then what I can also do is maybe I'll use a flashlight. We can look around a little bit because maybe we can get a little glint off of the pin. And then we're just going to move it a little bit closer. Again, staying low, as low to the ground as possible. And look, there we go. There we go. There is the pin that we dropped at the beginning of the video. So there you go. You can see it's pretty easy actually, just by observing one simple acronym that enables us to thoroughly search the area and locate a pin wherever it may drop. And now we can just take the pin we just found, put it in our lock, and we're ready to start picking again. So there we go. I hope this has been helpful for a few of you and you won't lose any more pins. Very easy to recover from dropped pins and gutting disasters and things like that. Not a whole lot to it. Just stick to that acronym. Yeah, stick to that. Can't go wrong. Anyway, you guys have a good one.